Lowe's had a manager meeting recently about their catalog for Halloween 2026. And I gotta say, the stuff we see here at the manager's meeting, even though they're all prototypes, they look pretty decent. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back to another video, everyone. This is AA Halloween, here today to cover my thoughts on the stuff that we saw at the Lowe's Halloween 2026 manager meeting. I know this video is a bit late, so I'm very sorry about that, but I will do my best to cover as much stuff as I can before heading into the new upcoming stuff, like, for example, Home Depot's manager meeting for Halloween 2026. Now, before we get into this video, first of all, I'll give credit to where it's due. The video that you see on the screen right now was recorded by LMJ Halloween, and their channel will be listed down in the description below. Before we get into what I think about this, please be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below, tell me what you think. Please subscribe if you have not yet done so. I have an idea of what the 100 subscriber special is going to be. I'm not going to let you know yet, but it will be on its way. If you want to get notified of new content right when it comes out, please ring the little notification bell at the bottom of your screen. Share this video to your friends and family, and to anyone who would like to see something like this. And yeah, sorry I sound sick, by the way, but anyway, let's get into all the stuff for Lowe's Halloween 2026 shown at their manager meeting. First thing I want to point out right away are these two pumpkin characters. One of them's a lot smaller than the other, but the one I'm thinking of talking about is this really big one that appears to be 8 to 9 feet tall, and it looks like this towering pumpkin creature wearing tattered brown clothing with some creepy cloth draped over the shoulders, and a sinister looking jack-o'-lantern for the head with an orange light emitting from his body. From what I've seen so far, I don't know what this guy is called. What I do know is that what I am thinking is that it looks very similar to the 12-foot towering pumpkin creep from Party City sold in 2023. And now why I say that is because, while it does look similar to that, it's interesting how Lowe's is making a concept similar to a concept we've seen at Party City. And Party City is completely dead in the United States. They went out of business. It's not the greatest news you could ever hear, but it is what it is. Anyway, I really do like the way he looks. I think they could add a bit more detail to him, and I think that he could be taller as well. I think the light should not be red. I would prefer if it was a greenish color. That would suit the vibe of a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern character a bit more. These yellows and oranges and greens would suit the character, not a red in my eyes. But I like how sinister the red looks here. That's all I have to say for that one. Let's get into the next one. Next few items I am going to point out here, from what I've seen, is, yeah, there's a giant, what looks to be an inflatable Santa Claus over there, but we're not going to talk about that. What I do want to bring the attention to is the stuff we see on the left, mostly, to the middle of the screen. So this small dancing mummy, which is nothing really special and nothing I really care about that much. And then we see another tiny pumpkin creature that looks like, maybe it was like the thing from one of those years being sold at Lowe's. I can't remember what it is. Or like little Jack Carver from Spirit Halloween, how there's this undead creature lifting a pumpkin off its head. I think that concept is being used a lot. It's become pretty popular recently. Then we got these two skeletons, one holding a tray or a bowl, and one with multicolored LED eyes. They're nothing special, so let's move on to another thing, which is a 12-foot tall character, I assume. I don't know exactly how tall it is, but this one is called the Watcher. Now, I love the look of this, and I love the unique concept and idea, and I really do enjoy how it was executed here. Only thing I would add is some LCD screens for eyes, and make it look like he's actually looking around. That would enhance it a lot more than just having him stand there and look like that the entire time. But I like him as is. Not sure if it'll be something I pick up, though. Now the next clip we just saw is another showcase of the Watcher, and we also get two new props we see right here. This giant pumpkin looking creature, it's more life-size than giant, but has this claw-like blade hand like Freddy Krueger has, only the blades spin around at the same time, full 360 spin, while the head turns side to side, and it looks pretty good for what it is. It is made by SingSong after all. I really do like the head on that guy, but maybe the clothing could use a bit more detail. As for the other thing, which is my favorite thing I've seen so far, this Reaper with the blue LED eyes, and I think he's flying or something, but he's holding on to a lamp post, which I think is a really cool gimmick for a prop. That idea is becoming more popular now, and I love that. And I think we need to see more of those concepts later down the line. Next, we have some licensed characters from Disney themselves. We have two animatronics of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse dressed as mummies, and then we have one of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch holding a candy pail. Now, I don't really care about these that much because they're licensed from Disney out of all things, which is not the vibe I would be going for, so these would be nothing I'd pick up, but they're good for what they are. I just really don't care that much about them. Now we've got these two dancing skeletons, probably part of the Reaper band. They're sort of small, but their rib cages change colors. They have multicolored LED lights, and they sway their hips side to side, and their eye sockets change color as well. I think they're cool for what they are, but they look way too cartoony for my style, so moving on. Now we have two controversial ones, and these are the Mike and Sully animatronics from Monsters, Inc. What do I think about these? While many people are hating on them, I just don't care. It doesn't matter if they look like Mike and Sully or not, I just don't care about them. And yeah, you might be asking, oh, if you don't care, then why are you talking about them right now? And my answer to that is, because I at least want to tell you what my thoughts are on the stuff we're seeing here. Now moving on.
Stop banging my head. Sometimes I have to head over here.
Next few items we just saw there are some dog decorations. They're supposed to resemble dogs in Halloween costumes, and I think they look nice for people who like to collect stuff like that, and they look cool for like if you're decorating your room or something. Not ideal for a haunt, and not ideal for what I'm doing. But then another item we have is the handstand clown. The new handstand clown, not the one from 2024, a new one. And this one has a really unique gimmick other than the other one. Along with the appearance being slightly different, this guy is actually a jump scare instead of just a random animatronic. I'll just set the scene. He is a jump scare, and how he jump scares people is he springs up, his head springs up, and his shoes, I don't know how to describe it, but his head shoots up, and you see his head is connected to a neon colored spring, which I really love the jump scare. It's something I would really like to get if I could sell some of my old clown animatronics for new ones like these. And you might be thinking that it goes pretty slow. That's because this is a prototype, and according to Spooky Guy 444, this guy's head, the prototype version, is made of resin, which is a lot heavier than the plastics we usually see in retail Halloween animatronics like these. The production models will have a plastic head that will be lighter than resin, and think about how fast it would be without the resin head. This is my favorite thing I've seen so far, other than the Reaper holding the lamppost. But yeah, let's see the next items. Now, from what I'm seeing here, Lowe's is really knocking it out of the park with these clown, circus, carnival themed animatronics. First we have that handstand clown, and now we have a skeleton holding big freezer of ice cream, and this is also a jump scare piece because a clown that looks like it's covered in melted ice cream pops out from the box, and I think that is a really cool concept for a prop. I'll have to see what I want to get this year, but this guy is one of the things at the top of my list. Not set on him yet.
Bikes are ready, cotton ready.
I wouldn't eat that if I were you.
Now, what you're seeing here is the Rotten Candy Girl, which is another really cool carnival jump scare animatronic. And the ice cream box animatronic along with the handstand clown and this girl are my three favorites I've seen from Lowe's thus far for this year, especially her, because it's taking a concept like the boxes that are in the pro industry made by a professional company. When you open them, a monster pops out, kind of like that concept, but it's moved into a budget / retail scale prop. I really like how the clown pops out from the front of the box instead of the top. It adds that kind of psychology. You let your guard down, thinking it's not going to be a jump scare, but it is. And I really would love to glaze this thing more, but we have to keep moving on to the next things we see. Next things to talk about are these animatronics. They look like small plastic kids characters. They basically look like giant McDonald's Happy Meal toys. I'm not a really big fan of them, even though they're like Beetlejuice props or something. I don't know. I don't know where they're from. But you got this girl in the middle who looks more like a doll than an actual person. Looks very cartoony, and I'm just not a big fan of that. And then the other two characters, a witch who looks more like, I don't know. She looks more like a goblin than anything. More like one of those cartoony goblins than an actual witch. And then the skeleton guy on the right looks like a terrible attempt on how to draw a skeleton. I don't even know who designed these, but as much as I don't like them, they probably have some fans. So yeah, moving on. Next, we have the Swamp Zombie, I think it's called. It's another one of those concepts where it's like the creature that lifts a giant item off its head instead of a pumpkin. In this case, it's a skull. And then we've also got a witch character and a Hooded Reaper character. I haven't seen videos of these yet, but they look okay. That's all I can say. Now, these three I really like as well. This skeletal dragon and a skeleton human-like creature, humanoid, and a skeleton werewolf. Now, yes, they are tiny, and I guess these are the tiny versions of these, but I want to see the giant versions at some point. Remember when Home Depot made a 3-foot version of the 12-foot skeleton, a 3-foot version of the 12-foot Inferno pumpkin skeleton? They're making smaller versions of these, but they should also make the giant versions. I feel like that would attract a lot more customers that way, but I still really like these for what they are, and I still really think they're cool. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I left anything out, let me know in the comments. This is Double AA Halloween, signing out. Stay tuned and stay scary.